We are tired of creased foreheads in the morning. We are done with our scarves falling off night after night. We're going scarfless. Introducing my satin dreams, the 100% satin bedding accessory, the perfect material for frizz control and skin hydration, total protection, complete comfort, absolute luxury.
Make sure you use the promo code HIPHOPUN, that's HIPHOPUN, to get free shipping. It's a limited time offer, so make sure you act now. The link is located at the top line of the description box. Don't wait, do it now.
For the second time, we got the brother Gonzoe on the podcast. Family, what's good with you, man?
Happening, y'all. What's happening?
Chilling, bro. Happy to have you on, man. Anytime we call this brother, he right there. He's ready, man, and we definitely appreciate him. Coming off the heels of the fight against Boskoe, man. I couldn't wait to talk to you. I wish we could have got you sooner, but you busy doing your thing. We doing our thing, man. Happy to have you on now. But let's get right into it, man. You guys finally got to hash it out in the ring. Talk about your experience, man, boxing in the ring with Boskoe for a few rounds.
Man, that shit was a life-changing experience to just be a street dude and have a beef with another street dude over some bullshit like it's always been, you know what I mean? And then having the shit being resolved in that manner, it changed my whole my whole thought process, you know what I mean, on all that sort of shit. So, you know, shout out to Big Uncle Snoop Dogg, shout out to Triller, and shout out to Boskoe, you know what I'm saying, for just walking them dogs with a nigga. You feel me?
Word.
Yeah, talk about that, because it seems like, y'all was kind of going at each other, real hard, pause. But now it's like, it's a newfound respect. Not that y'all love each other, like each other like that, but it's a newfound respect. Like back in the day, like once you fought a guy, I remember a guy I fought in 5th grade ended up being my best friend. So once you fight somebody and taking it to the ring, as opposed to taking it to the street, somebody getting killed and keeping something going, talk about, how, much, we should do things like this, how important, I should say, a fighting arena is like that, to keep guys off the street killing each other and shit like that.
Right.
Well, it's very important because, I mean, it's funny that you touched on that and the guy that you had to fight with in 5th grade, because, I mean, motherfuckers wouldn't, but I'm on my way to Boskoe up right now. We on our way to motherfucking brunch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In this new Range Rover I bought, you feel me?
All right.
So,
God bless you, brother.
shout out to Boskoe. And I do love that nigga, you feel me? And pause, you feel me? And it's a new it's respect that grew really fast because, on the business tip, now you got all these people that's throwing billions of dollars in our face to do different things together. You know what I mean? And of course, we're not going to talk about what those things is right now on my brother's podcast, but they're paying us to do different things together right now. So that alone in itself caused many conversations to where, I understood where he was coming from. He understood where I was coming from. And it just sparked some shit to where, like that's I'm pretty sure that's going to be one of my best friends in life moving forward.
Dope. I do martial arts. I also do boxing. I get up every morning and I do it and spar with people and understand after 3 rounds or after 3 minutes per round, going over and over again, there is a level of respect because there's a level of fucking exhaustion that it goes into that. And you go to another level of mental, capabilities, places you ain't know you could go. Talk about that aspect, because a lot of hard motherfuckers, they talk shit, they run their mouth, but it's a totally different animal getting in the ring, putting on 3 minutes, off a minute, putting on 3 minutes, off a minute, man. Talk about that experience, just boxing in general.
Right. The whole thing with just being exhausted, the whole thing about just having a respect for boxers, like this shit is nothing like a street fight. Let me just tell you that. You know what I mean? And I trained like a motherfucker for this fight. But what I didn't do was stop smoking weed. And I didn't run as much as I should have. Now, I'm on the bike. I'm, punching the bag. I'm talking about hours every day. but I didn't run, and I didn't have respect for the core things that I knew would I didn't know. I let me take that back. I didn't have respect for the core things that I didn't know would fuck me up. You know what I mean? So me smoking, I mean, I took a half ounce of weed with me. Excuse me. I took a whole ounce of weed with me. And before we got in the ring, I smoked all that shit. You feel me?
Damn,
nigga.
Oh
my
shit.
And Boskoe being 100 pounds heavier than me.
Oh yeah, damn.
Yeah, it wasn't me coming out with the draw. I was proud of myself. Goddamn.
Oh yeah, shit.
Man, Boskoe, man.
So
y'all niggas crazy as hell, Gonzo.
Not yeah. I don't want to like spark nothing, but for the people who don't know, what was the nature of you guys beef in the first place? Why were you guys beefing? And yeah, talk about that first. Why'd y'all start beefing?
Man, the stupid ass internet shit. Like, you know what I mean? He says he didn't do it, but Boskoe, this nigga got a lot of pages. You know what I mean? And then he also, in his defense, has a lot of motherfuckers who follow him and yeast shit on. You know what I mean? So one day I'm chilling, and I think I was at Chili's or some shit. And my son's mom is, my son's biracial. You feel me? So I'm sitting at dinner, you know what I'm saying? And somebody come on there like, this nigga fucking with a white bitch. Automatically, I go crazy because first of all, you know what I mean? You speaking over my son. Second of all, it's like, this shit is way deeper than that. And it's usually the motherfucker who talking. Excuse me, bro. I gotta turn this motherfucking air on in this bitch. It's getting a little too motherfucker. It's usually the person who talking who ain't, they not really with the movement. They ain't really out there trying to help people. They ain't really out there trying to get equality or understanding. They just out here to hate and trying to blame it on the motherfucker because they pockets ain't looking right. You feel me? And most of the cats, that's what it be. Like, motherfucker don't want nothing but some money that they could show off on Instagram. But, getting back into the shit, that shit just made me lose it. You know what I mean? Because it's just a whole lot of shit going on right now to where I don't want to be looked at as the racist motherfucker. You feel me? I want to be looked at as the motherfucker who handle business on all motherfucking fronts. And if you fuck with me, I'm going to handle my business rather. I don't give a fuck what color you is. You feel me? So that's the type of shit I'm on. You know what I mean? Now, 1,000% for black people, nigga, that's me. 1,000%. But if I gotta say it and a nigga's on my page with some ignorant shit like that over my kid's face, I'm gonna try to find out where you live at, and it's gonna get serious. And that's what happened. You know what I mean? To where I started trying to find out where this nigga live at, and he started trying to find out where I live at. You know what I mean? It was just a serious situation to where he wasn't knowing how I get down. I wasn't knowing how he get down. There's people in the middle who was like, yo, somebody gonna fuck around and die. Y'all niggas, you know what I mean? Bump into each other because everybody know what's popping. And that shit right there just turned into some whole other shit. Because now he's from one side, I'm from another side. And motherfuckers just started, bickering and certain things started transpiring to where it wasn't good. Feel me? Even on some real shit in jail. Like motherfuckers is in jail, dealing with each other. But certain people beefing on the streets may spark certain shit in jail that niggas don't be needing. So, with all that being said, man, this nigga was like, fuck it, we finna squash this shit. Nigga, meet me at the park. So, we tried to meet up at the park and fight and get this shit over with because it was getting serious. And some older niggas and some G's was like, y'all niggas should, if it's about that, meet up, get this shit over with because it's starting to bubble over and that, you know what I mean? It ain't that serious. So we try to do that. Boskoe, he say, I didn't show up, but nigga, we was there. We say he didn't show up. Thank God that we didn't bump into each other because we started talking about it on the internet. And one company was like, yo, y'all niggas should fight. And this is what could happen. You feel me? So we start thinking about the shit, you feel me? And was like, let's do it. So once we got ready to start doing it, it got so big to where the other company couldn't like keep up with the shit. You feel me? And one date started turning into another date. And then they didn't want to give us the location of the fight. And then it was like, you know, we was missing so much money. Like people that we wasn't expecting was like, yo, we want to come see this fight. So in our numbers, we're like, okay, motherfuckers is willing to pay $500 a ticket. We letting 1,000 people in. We sell, you know what I mean? So that was a half a man right there. So we start thinking, yo, this shit is huge.
Yeah.
Immediately, Snoop Dogg taps in and was like, no. At first, the dog was like, cause that's my big bro. You feel me? That's So regardless, he like, yo, I just want to see the fight. I want some information on the fight. So once I got in touch with Snoop and gave him the information on the fight, and you know, things started going, he said he wanted to commentate. So I was like, okay. I got back to these guys and was like, yo, Snoop wants to commentate. They didn't believe it was real. Again, that, you know, no disrespect to them, but things wasn't transpiring fast enough. So Snoop was like, yo, y'all should bring that shit to Triller. And I mean, that's a blessing. Like, who does that? That was a no-brainer. You know what I mean? The culture needs it. So you know, we went and had a conference call with Snoop on the phone. Boskoe and I, everything sounded good. And Snoop encouraged us to start the company. Don't just do this shit with one fight. Y'all ain't boxers. And just gave us a lot of game, you know what I mean? And walked us from point A to point B to C to D, all the way to F to Z on building this company, from going to get the fucking LLC done to just all the little shit that a nigga in his stature does not have to do. So, you know, shout out to that guy for putting us in the game, man.
Gloves Up, Guns Down is the company I'm assuming you're talking about, brother?
Gloves Up, Guns Down. Yep, Gloves Up, Guns Down is where all hip-hop beef is settled, man. You know what I mean? If you got niggas got a problem with each other, you see this range I just bought, nigga, this new. This new.
Yeah. That shit look good, too.
Right way. You feel me? Nigga ain't got to come send me no money on my books. You ain't got to come visit me. I ain't got to be telling niggas to make no free Gonzoe t-shirts.
Or
that, man, this shit, you know what I mean? It's a blessing. So again, shout out to the dog, shout out to Triller, shout out to Boskoe, and every other young nigga or old nigga who's willing to put their integrity on the line opposed to their trigger finger.